Hi, I'm Lucie Ellis, Senior Writer at Scrip, and I'm here at the Bio-Europe Partnering Conference in Cologne. And today I'm joined by Kerry, the CEO of Karus Therapeutics, a UK-based developer of targeted cancer therapies. Thanks for joining us, Simon.
My pleasure.
I wondered if you could tell me a bit more about what you've got in your pipeline and what your technology is.
Sure. We're a small molecule cancer company. We have two programs in development, one just in the clinic and one just about to go into the clinic. And the defining feature, I think, of both these programs is their ability to engage with important targets within the cancer cell, oncogenic targets, but also engage with the same targets in the immune system in the tumour microenvironment. So both of these compounds are acting both from within the cell and through the immune system, which I think gives us something that's a little bit different to conventional targeted therapy and conventional immunotherapy.
Okay, and where do those fit in the wider cancer therapy space? It's quite a competitive area.
Well, cancer is a very competitive area, and when we look at the areas in which we want to focus, invariably, someone will say that's a crowded area. So, there are always niches in cancer therapy, and niches are very important for us. So, for example, with our PI3 kinase beta delta inhibitor, we're very much interested in aggressive B-cell lymphomas and in B-cell lymphomas that have become resistant to ibrutinib therapy. So that gives us an ability to look at cancers where others have traditionally found it very difficult by using other approaches.
Okay, and what are the biggest challenges in that space as a smaller company?
The biggest challenges for both of our programs, so we have the PI3 kinase program that's in the clinic and our HDAC6 selective inhibitor 2507 just about to go in the clinic, is the ability to do as much as you can and get as much data as quickly as possible. That's something that pharma companies do very well. If you look at someone like a Merck, for example, with its anti-PD-1 antibodies running over 100 combination studies, and that's something which we can't do very easily. So we have to be a lot smarter about what we do and try and do the trials that are going to have the biggest impact. But I think the most important thing for us in this respect is that last year we signed a strategic partnership with the MD Anderson Cancer Center, who are helping us to look at which are the best tumours to go for and which are the best combinations of agents to use our therapies. And that gives us a head start before we even go into the clinic.
That's great. And so I have read that you work on a semi-outsourced business kind of model.
Yes.
I wondered if you could explain what you mean by that and why that works.
Well, a fully outsourced model, all of our research should have been outsourced to somewhere, and we would just be a load of project managers. But we've actually done quite a lot of the research ourselves. We have a small team of chemists and biologists who have done the core value-adding IP generating work in-house. But as we head towards the clinic, all the kind of functions and things that we need in terms of preclinical development and now into the clinic, we don't want to get those all in-house because particularly in the clinic, everyone fulfills very specialised functions. And when we only have two programs in the clinic, we don't need full-time staff. So what we do is we engage with people on a consulting basis or an outsourced basis, but they are dedicated team members. This is not like we don't shop around at every occasion. We build close relationships with service providers who we can work with on multiple occasions on multiple programs. So it works for us because it gives us the flexibility to be able to do things quickly and efficiently. But it also helps us. I think you still have to do that. You still have to do that effectively and find the people that you can work with closely, that you trust. That aren't necessarily always going to be the cheapest, but give you the right value of money and advice you need to take the programs forward.
And do you think that kind of model is different to companies similar to yourselves?
So in larger companies, you definitely see people have more of their kind of regulatory expertise in-house, more of their toxicology and preclinical expertise in-house. Even in the research phase, we haven't done any of the animal work. A lot of the specialist biochemical testing we've outsourced to other people, and I think for us, the most important thing was to keep the value and the IP generation in-house, but everything else we can get expertise from other people that really helps us to move these programs effectively forward.
Brilliant. So what would you say are your next big milestones?
Well, we've got with the clinical trial started, all of our next big milestones are clinical. So we're hoping for data from our first clinical study in B-cell lymphomas with 2237. That data will be emerging in the spring of next year. We're really looking forward to starting our HDAC6 program, which is a really innovative small molecule anti-PD-L1 immune checkpoint inhibitor. That will be starting in the spring of next year and should start generating clinical data for us throughout the summer and autumn of 2017. And if we can achieve clinical data on those 2 programs, that'll be mission accomplished for next year.
Brilliant. And then looking further ahead, what's your long-term vision? Where do you want to see the company go?
Well, the long-term vision, well, of course, we've got an ambitious clinical development program, and it would be we can do a lot more with these compounds if we can find a partner who can help us to achieve those milestones, both bringing expertise and resources to the programs. So in the longer term, we'd like to find the right partners for these programs. We also have a clinical model which will allow us to take compounds further into the clinic ourselves and potentially to registration. But we're looking at multiple options now to how to fund and partner and develop these programs to really achieve their full potential across multiple solid and hematological tumours.
And looking for a partner, what would they have to offer? What would be the qualities you would seek?
Yes, I think some real ability to move quickly and innovatively in the clinic. That's the most important thing for us right now, in addition to having global reach from a marketing perspective. But it's that having that dynamic approach to clinical development is going to be really important to us.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, Simon. I hope all goes well.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.